Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Omni viewer, and after a lot of updates on Godzilla King of the Monsters last week, we get even more this week, starting with the announcement for who will be composing the soundtrack. For Godzilla 2014, the score was composed by Alexander Desplat, and for Kong Skull Island, the score was composed by Henry Jackman. Of the two, I think even people who don't like the 2014 film will agree that 2014's score is ultimately better. If nothing else, it provided us with some good original themes for Godzilla, including a few recurring riffs that work well in tandem with the monster scenes. That's not to say the Skull Island soundtrack is bad, mind you, but it's not quite as memorable as Godzilla's soundtrack. A lot of people have been wondering if Desplat would return to score Godzilla King of the Monsters, especially now that he's an Oscar-winning composer thanks to The Shape of Water. Not that I think the Oscars mean anything, mind you, but in Hollywood it does help to make you more desirable. Well, I'm sure it may come as a disappointment to some that he will not be returning for the sequel. So who will appear in his stead? That would be Bear McCreary. Bear McCreary has mostly been known for his scores of TV productions, most notably the 2004 reboot of Battlestar Galactica. Even though I stopped watching Battlestar Galactica somewhere in the middle, it just kinda lost my interest after a while, I do remember the music for that show being really good. More recently, he has moved to film where he's produced the scores for The Cloverfield Paradox. And he also did the score for Colossal. Oh boy. You know what? No, I'm not gonna let that color my perception. McCreary is the composer. He is not the writer or the director. He did not make those films, he simply set music to them. So he had no say in the stuff that actually made those movies awful. And like I said, I do think he's done good music in the past, so I'm sure he'll be good for this one. But if that's not enough to entice you, there's another bit of news accompanying this announcement. During the convention, Michael Dougherty confirmed that the score will contain the classic Akira Ifukube Godzilla theme, among other themes. Now, knowing the other three big-name monsters appearing in this movie, I'm pretty sure that means Rodan and Mothra's themes will also be in the soundtrack somehow. Now, we don't know anything beyond that, of course. We don't know if they will be the complete themes for the monsters re-recorded for this new soundtrack, or if they will be excerpts sprinkled throughout each new composition. As long as it's not the fan film method of recycling the mono soundtracks that Shin Godzilla did, I'll be happy. I know a lot of fans have been hoping to hear the classic Ifukube score work its way into the MonsterVerse, and now we know it's definitely going to happen. Makes me wonder if Godzilla vs. Kong will include excerpts from Max Steiner's original King Kong score. Well, time will tell, I suppose. So as always, you're free to leave your thoughts on these developments in the comments section below. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni viewer signing off.